What you want?
What's up, guys? We're not editing that, so it's going to be in the video. We're here bringing you...
I can't move now.
...a episode-by-episode review. This is episode 1 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Yes, we do series with really bad titles. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a similar genre as something like an Ari Ferretta or an Overlord, in the same sense that it's transported into another world. You have the unique nature that our main character is a slime with some unique abilities. We don't really know too much about them right now at the moment. And this is the first episode. What's your basic outlook on the first episode?
Well, so we're not going to do plot or anything. Okay.
I mean,
it's pretty self-explanatory.
Episode,
yeah, and you just see him be reincarnated.
And he's a slime
and stuff. Yeah, he's a slime.
And he eats things.
This is something I wasn't sure about, especially looking at the cover image that they have for it. But I strangely enjoyed it. I thought it had some really good comedy, and the character is pretty likable. Although I will say this. They changed voices like halfway through the episode, and I want the original voice back. So
we'll have to look at that.
Yeah. So hopefully that's something that comes back maybe eventually. But I really like the concept. It seems like he's he's supposed to be a creature that is very low level and basically worthless in this world, but he's super OP and he has all these special abilities that those creatures don't typically have. So that's an interesting dynamic, and I think. I don't know, there's just some things that, aspects of him that I enjoy. He's got aspects of, the Blob from, the movie, where he just, absorbs everything. And then he's also kind of like a Kirby, where he's just if I, suck all this in, I get, the special abilities from it. That's cool. So, that's really interesting. But I think, what really sold me was just the comedy. And a nice surprise is, we didn't see too much of it in this episode, but at the very end they kind of do their opener, what the opener of the show is going to be, and it looks like there's going to be a good amount of action in the series. So that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, I think that's looking forward. It's going to be action and comedy. I really like those elements. The dragon is great. It's really hard how they did, because the beginning of the story, the creature can't hear or see because it's a slime.
Yeah.
And or talk. They can't talk either, or speak.
I think he can sense.
He can sense, vaguely.
I think it's kind of like Daredevil type looking.
But I think that's at the end where he can sense things. That's not at the beginning. So, in the animations, he'll be like, "Is this a rock?" Anyway, the way they animated that, where
it looked like it was. Yeah.
It was anyway. It was very
he was
creative.
Yeah.
We won't have that moving forward because now he can see even. I think it's he can see even better than humans can see.
Yeah.
But that was a really great element, and I've read just a little bit of the light novel, and that scene I was like, how are they going to animate that? But I really liked that intro, and I liked whenever he got his skills. We were talking about that. I liked it's almost like a computer. It seems we don't know what it is. I guess it's a great sage or something, or. It's
that's how they are hinting it to be.
Yeah.
So
that's funny how he gets the name Great Sage. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
His whole like I said, the comedy is really gold, and the main guy you instantly like him. One of the things that I wrote down that I actually I find really refreshing in anime is typically an anime focuses on younger people, specifically people in high schools or maybe junior high,
maybe college sometimes.
Yeah, maybe college. And this is one of only 2 animes that I've watched that it actually focuses on somebody in their 30s or older. And so
his human character's great.
It's so great. His whole backstory, he gives a little bit of backstory of just or maybe not backstory, but just insight to who he is in the regular world. And then when he gets transported, he's going through if he could relive his life, what he would want to be, and he ends up getting those, and how that translates into it is pretty gold. One of the other things I found it gives you kind of a insight to what this show's going to be like is the fact of just how they label people or how they name certain people. So for instance, we get a sneak peek of who imprisoned the dragon, and she's just called Summon. And it's ironic because in this world, it kind of works like drifters, where these people come from other worlds and they're either reincarnated or they're transported. And so, basically, the only reason why she's called like Summon in this world is because she's from another world. And I just find that creativity, or the lack thereof, hilarious.
And we do get to see another character from Earth, but they're from a different time period. They're actually from World War II. They were like getting nuked. Like in Japan when I don't know if it was the nuke or just when they were getting bombed like a normal Tuesday, but
it was a freaking fire tornado that just
that may have been a nuke, but probably was. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting seeing that character move forward and see how they kind of play into the story.
Yeah, and if I had to highlight one scene throughout this entire episode, I think one would be like when he's dying and then getting transported, but one when he's in the world is actually when he's just like, we can be friends, and the dragon's like, you can tell he really wants to be friends, but nah, we don't need to be friends. And then he's like, oh, please, I insist. He's like, well, if you insist, we can do that. So it's so great.
Not talking to someone for 300 years really
does that.
Changes your personality, yeah.
Yeah. You can even look at it back at you. So,
oh man, that's good.
But anyway, guys, that'll conclude, I guess, episode 1 recap and review. I think this is a show you should check out. Definitely, I think you'll be surprised in just all that it offers. So,
yeah, it's a good first episode. We get to see the main character. Hopefully, I don't know if they'll change the voice actor, but we'll see moving forward, because that is a little high-pitched voice. It's not as bad as Black Clover for those of you who have watched that show, but
I guess the only thing I have worried going forward is it kind of looks like the guy is supposed to get a somewhat woman-type form, which is not I don't know. It's not one of those things that's bad. It's not bad, but it's just one of those things where, I mean, you're a guy, and you look like a woman. I'm like, that's a little weird to me.
We'll see.
I don't know.
See how
it might
goes.
play out fine, but it's a little...
from the outro. But that'll be episode 1, and recommend you checking it out. Checking it out, see if you like it. If you like the genre, I think it's a good place to start.
I hope you guys like it, because we're going to be doing episode by episode.
Yeah.
So.
If it turns out to be a bad show, we'll probably stop sometime.
Yeah, just have a review halfway in. That's great.
But anyway, that has been our video. Later, Addicts. See you next week.